There we go. Okay, we can't holler. We're not going to holler. We're going to stay calm. It's a nice Saturday. 5:30. Just for the record, this is my first beer. Even those things are starting to fall apart, this is my first beer. And you could have went at a table and looked professional and everything, but nah. This is just a video, just to forewarn the people what could happen or what happened. Moosehead. Okay. First of all, this video is posted about half an hour before the verdict comes out of the Judge Julian Dixon on my trial with the so-called assault charge against an idiot so-called poet. But anyway, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everyone that helped me. You know who you are. It was very nice to see people come to me on the street and give me some money, and we put it to the credit union. We collected about $4,400. And from the bottom of my heart, I really want to thank everyone that helped me, support me, even though if it wasn't financially. And I thank you very much. And I thought of having a lawyer with money, that things would maybe be a little bit better, but I'm not sure. Now, I marked a few things that I want, I'm just gonna go through it. When you have a battle like this, it causes a lot of friction. My supporters, some of them wanted me to sign a peace bond. Some of them wanted me to file up a motion, a constitutional challenge after the trial was over, to delay the verdict of Judge Julian Dixon. It caused so much problem between the inside, the little conflict, that there's some of them that just distant themselves from me, and that's the end of that. But there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scene, and I don't believe in signing a peace bond would have been the issue. That would have been smart for me signing a peace bond. I don't think so. But we'll get to that later. We met our lawyer, Mathieu Boutet. We met him at a friend's place. There was 1, 2, 3, me and 5 supporters in the house. So this guy, Mathieu Boutet, came from Moncton. He was suggested by a friend of mine, and he arrived and he was good. He was just boom, boom. He even told me, he says, that's the 3rd time that you interrupted me. And he was really, I said, how long do you plan to put the poet on the stand? Oh, at least 2 or 3 hours. And he was really gung-ho. Lawyers and beer, they go hand in hand. So he left and we said, this guy is good. Okay, well, we will hire him. Next thing you know, we haven't heard from him. This was in December. My trial was going to be in May. We never hear from him. He says, okay, somebody contacted him. He says, oh, I've been going over the file for the past month. Hey, this guy's good, right? So next thing you know, the day before the trial, this Mathieu Boutet calls me. And he was saying, oh, hey, how you doing? And we're talking in French. He's French. And he was sort of saying that, the prosecutor, Sébastien Michaud, the one that's prosecuting this case, one of these days he wants to be a judge. So he's going to meet this poet, and he will not take a case that will make him look like an idiot. He wants to be a judge. And he says, well, the poet, he might not even show up because the last address was in St. John. So that's the way he was talking to me the day before the trial. And there was something that wasn't right. Then he said, Charles, I want you, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign a peace bond. So I told him, peace bond. I'm not signing no peace bond. He says, Charles, he says, this is good. I said, listen, the Miramichi police is the one that charged me, and they offered me a peace bond months earlier. And I told them to go take a hike. I never swear. Wow. So he said, well, they didn't explain to you properly what was a peace bond. Let me explain to you. He says, I said, I'm not signing no peace bond. He said, well, show up in court 1 hour before the trial. I want to talk to you. So me and a friend, we showed up. We saw him ahead of us. Then we asked the security, the sheriff, where's this lawyer? Oh, he went down the door. So anyway, we went down the hallway, opened the door. There was a suitcase. Nobody around. He was having a poop, I think, because we waited about 10 minutes. Next thing you know, fancy chairs. He said, what are you doing here? When he came out, I said, whoa, we're supposed to meet you. No, this is the lawyer's lunch. Whoop, sorry. So he was upset. Then we met in the little room, little chairs, and it was hot. And it started, me, my supporters, and he said, okay, we must sign a peace bond. I said, I'm not signing no peace bond. I'm sorry, this wasn't the same guy that we met in December. December, he was gung-ho, this is not right. Suddenly, he changed his attitude. He wasn't gonna fight for me. We never even talked. He never met with me before the trial. This was the day. So then, this went on for 2 or 3 hours in the hallway. You should sign the peace bond. You have to sign the peace bond. Then my supporters were saying, Charles, you should sign the peace bond. Then somebody said, Charles is not listening. Other supporters were just watching. This went on for 2 to 3 hours in the hallway, saying I should sign this peace bond. Some supporters left. They thought the trial was going to start at 9:30. And really, it only began in the afternoon, I think. But anyway, before the judge, I even told him, listen, we put a recusal motion for the judge to recuse himself, Judge Julian Dixon. He don't like me. I said, I don't want him to preside over this case. So after a while, then he goes, the system is corrupt. The lawyer, the judge hates you. Sign the peace bond. So before, then this went on and on and on. And then the prosecutor got involved. They were teaming him up on me, the prosecutor and my lawyer, in French, telling me to sign the peace bond. And I told them, I said, okay, I'll sign the peace bond. They both went like this. Okay, finally. I said, no problem. I'll sign a piece of paper that I don't talk to that idiot poet for the next 100 years. And he signs papers that he don't talk to me for the next 100 years. And you know what, boys? We're out of here in 5 minutes. The prosecutor, no, you must sign with conditions. Conditions. Then he goes, then the lawyer jump again. I said, the police will grab me for anything. I will represent you. Pro bono, I'll bail you out. There's something that wasn't right. No, I said, I'm not signing no peace bond. Okay. Then it came to inside Judge Julian Dixon, the motion to recuse himself. The lawyer said, oh, we're removing that immediately. No debate, no concern, no nothing. I look at my friend. Judge Julian Dixon is going to rule over this. So, before it started, the lawyer even told me, you have the right to fire me. You could fire me right now. What does that mean? Does he take, we collected $4,400. Does he take the money and just, well, thank you very much, and go home? I was told that's how they do it now. They take the money and they don't even talk to you before the trial. They just do whatever they have to do and just get out of here. But he put me on the spot. He says, you could fire me. Why would I want to fire him before the trial? What the judge would have said. Fire him for what? Because I want to sign a peace bond? I was confused, and I still am. That's the reason we're doing this video. So at the end, it started. There was no debate to recuse himself. It started, the poet took the stand. The idiot, so-called poet. And next thing you know, it just, he lied, just stuff. He says he was dancing around, he was so calm. And at the end, he says, I didn't have the consent of the parents to film. So he said, are you saying the parent told Charles LeBlanc in the video that they didn't want their child to be filmed? He says, yes. I was in the back. I go, yes! He's lying, because I have the video, and it shows the professor saying, thank you, Charles. So I told my lawyer, let's show the video. He's lying. He says, no. I said, what do you mean, no? He said, I'm not wasting 2 or 3 minutes of the court's time to show a video. But he spent 2 or 3 hours of the court's time to make me sign the peace bond. I was upset because they were talking about this video all through the trial, but my lawyer refused to show this video. How come the lawyer didn't want to show the video? He said the less information that's in front of the judge, the better it is. But the video it shows, it's nothing. So then a cop took the stand, John Lally. He didn't really cross-examine that hard, but he did say, okay, he didn't take no pictures, because there was nothing there really. So anyway, he didn't sort of said, how come he put in his report, Mr. LeBlanc hit Mr. Spencer, punched Mr. Spencer while they were having a discussion. That's what John Lally wrote in his report. But my lawyer never questioned him because we didn't discuss the case at all before the trial. So what was happening in front of me, I had no say, no bearing, or no, not the word bearing, but I couldn't say anything. All I could do was watch. And then the witness Terry Wizard took the stand. Nice witness. He even said, he was afraid he was concerned for my life, that I was going to get beat up. And he said that this poet was screaming, hollering, and blah, blah, blah. He was a good witness. He was a very good witness. And they even show his testimony at the police station, which I don't understand that part. They show 25 minutes of that video. I don't know why they show it for. I think it's just to show the judge something that we don't know. That the judge has this in front of him. I just thought about this. That he could say, well, compared to what Mr. Wizard said on the stand, and what Mr. Wizard told the police in the video, that, he could use that against me. I don't know. But Terry did a good job. You can't say Terry did a witness, no problem. Then I said, okay, I'm going to take the stand. The lawyer said, oh, it looks good. Because the poet didn't do good, and Terry did good, the witness. I said, okay, I'm taking the stand. Oh, no, you're not taking the stand. I said, oh, yes, I am. He said, no. I said, listen, the judge could roll the dice and believe the idiot so-called poet or believe Terry. Which one? If I take the stand, it's 2 against 1. It's the same story. So, at the end, he made me sign papers that I went against the lawyer advice to testify in court. I took the stand, and really, my supporter said I did good. The lawyer said I didn't do that good. But, now, we have to wait about close to 2 months. This is going to happen this Wednesday, June the 29th at 1:30, which by the time you see this video, the verdict has already came out. And I don't know what's going to happen. Now, this is the scary part. If I were to sign that peace bond, which a lot of people do without lawyers, they only got legal aid, they force them to sign peace bond. Do me one favor, can you turn the camera against the fence from a minute behind? I just want to see behind the camera. Yeah, just turn against the fence. Give me the camera just like that. Yeah, I just want to see. Okay, it's good, it's good. Okay, I just want to check for the battery. If I would have signed that peace bond, that's where my supporters that wanted me to sign the peace bond thought about it afterward. And one of them said, you know what, Charles? Now I understand your point of not signing a peace bond. I was in extreme pressure by my supporters to sign that peace bond. Now, that's what they were saying. I forgot that part. I'm not blaming the beer, because it's my first one. In the peace bond, it says you have to keep good behavior for 6 months. Good behavior for 6 months. I said, good behavior? What do you mean, good behavior? What does that mean? I never behaved since I've been a kid. Ever since they spanked me when I got born, I've been crying ever since. Good behavior. If I take a picture of somebody or whatever, or anything. So, if you sign a peace bond, it's admitting guilt that you promised the courts to keep good behavior for 6 months. Then the police comes after you. They send tugs after you. They could do anything. First, the headline is in the paper, or the Irving media, and everywhere it says, blogger sign, agree to peace bond. Excuse me. Next thing you know, 2 months later, the headlines, blogger arrested for breaching peace bond. That's automatically 6 months in jail. Whatever the judge said, you got good, I presume, good behavior for 6 months. And the prosecutor even said, I usually give 1 year good behavior, but for you, Charles, I'll give 6 months. Like, he loves me. He'll give me 6 months, not 1 year. That's awfully nice of him. Then I would end up in jail. The public, the only headline they would have known is, the logger breach peace bond. Now, this thing here, everybody's seen the details through Twitter. I think Catherine Ella did a good job. Did a good job by tweeting what she could. And the Irving media, they said, was it self-defense or sucker punch? I don't know where they got the sucker punch from, because it wasn't a sucker punch. A sucker punch, if you have a discussion with somebody, bang, you punch it. This was a confrontation, and we got witnesses. So the prosecutor lied. But the public knows what happened. A lot of people come to me. Why was this on trial? Mm-hmm. What's going on here? Now, I don't know what's going on. That's why people like Jeff Mockler from the Attorney General Office and Cameron Gunn, they must be investigated why they even took this case. I talked to some lawyers about this after the trial and before. One lawyer read this disclosure before this came out and said, I'm surprised that the prosecutor even accepted this, because there's nothing there. They never expected me. I had some great supporters that really helped me with papers and explaining to me the court system. And that's why we delay and delay. Not delay, but I learned from how the system works. The Miramichi police suggested to the Crown that I be charged, and let's not forget where we're at. Sergeant Matt Myers in there, and he wanted me to be charged with aggravated assault. I think that's 5 years in jail. There's a lot of funny stuff that happened. Was it stressful? Of course it's stressful. I mean, I get angry, I talk to myself, listen to music, and it's bad. So I talked to a couple of lawyers, and I told them what happened. Some lawyers have been there for a long, long time. I said, the system is corrupt. They said, no, Charles, the system is not corrupt. I said, the system is broken. Because people like me, or anybody else, the less fortunate and the minorities, we cannot have true representation inside that justice building. It's impossible. Because they mean well once they mean well once they arrive there. But after a while, then they start joining the social club, and then they want to be part of the group. Then they become yes man. Just like politicians in political parties. No, never mind politics. But they said the system is rotten. It's very, very rotten. Now, what's going to happen to me? Personally, I'm not afraid. I'm not sleeping with my eyes open. I'm angry that this even went as far as it did. I would love to see Judge Julian Dixon say not guilty and blast the prosecutor for even taking this case on. But let's not forget one thing here. I was charged 6 months to the minute that when I was approached and attacked by this poet, 6 months to the minute, the police went to court and this judge, Julian Dixon, that signed the papers to have me charged. So, is Judge Julian Dixon going to turn around and go against the decision that he made to have me charged in the first place? I don't think so. The video, they saw the wizard, Terry Wizard video of the police. They showed that for a reason. I strongly believe the prosecutor and my lawyer, which he sent me a note on my voicemail after the trial, wanted me to call him. I can't be bothered because there's something wrong. My instinct is telling me there's something very, very wrong. Now, if it happened to some people, will say, hey, but a lot of people seen what happened, and it's all the truth. I got a witness. We speak the same story. We said everything that happened. Now, if this is happening to me with a paid lawyer, what other people that's going through the same thing? That the legal aid just shows up, the duty counsel, and they condemning to pleading guilty. Plead guilty. Well, I'm not guilty. Well, do you have a lawyer? No, I don't have one. You won't give me one. Can you represent yourself in court? No, I don't know nothing about the justice system. Well, what are we going to do here? They force you to plead guilty. And next thing you know, you're on probation for 6 months. And next thing you know, something happens, they get you, they put you in jail. Now, they tried that with me, with a lawyer. So you can just imagine how the system is corrupt. Okay, the only reason I made this tape is very simple. I just want the public to know that I am not pleased, even though if I have a guilty or not guilty verdict, I am not pleased or the way things that happen in that courtroom. And I don't believe this is going to be done. This is going to be over. This so-called lawyer might turn around and say, well, yeah, you could appeal it, but, that costs another $20,000, and stuff like that. But, we're not going to go down that road. I just want to let the public know what happened here, my concern, and I want to thank everyone again that really, really did everything to help me financial-wise and with papers and mentally-wise and listen to me, and really, I appreciate what you did, and thank you very much.